Um, I'm trying to remember. I thought I wrote it down, but I can't find it. Um, and then like first cousin or 6 weeks for grandparents, and then it was 4 weeks for first cousin. So like depending on your relationship was how long you mourned for and how long your family mourned for. So, and of course, men didn't have a mourning period. They just moved right on and found a new wife, and younger one upgraded. You good to go.
Yep.
And one of the things to make the funerals real sad, to make sure you had enough grief and enough sadness at the funerals, they actually paid professional mourners to come. They're called mutes, and they would walk silently behind the hearse carriage, dressed in black and looking really grim and sad. And you wanted to make sure that it was real sad. They just relished in that, and I think because death, it was almost a way of coping, because death was such a huge part. Like they were losing family. It was a way of dealing and coping with it, that it made like such traditions and part of their life, because it was such a huge thing. And it was like celebrating that loss. I don't know. It's just interesting. And like I said, there's a lot that goes into the Victorian funeral. There was more in the funeral itself and what they do in the funerals that I didn't even get into. I just went through some of the superstitious kind of strange pieces of it, because that's the cool stuff to me, and I like that. But I could do a whole other episode on just the funeral itself and the practices of the funeral, because there's so many things. There's so many rules. Like there's tons of books and things written and at one point, they started making dolls for kids, not the death doll, the grave doll, but a kid's toy. So were making dolls, right? And they started making dolls that you could buy a death kit that went with them. And this death kit would come with mourning clothes you could put on your doll and a coffin, because they wanted young girls to prepare for death rituals and grief that they would experience in life. So they need to start practicing that at a young age.
I actually could see as that might be a helpful coping mechanism for a child.
Well, death is such an abstract thing for young people, especially if it's not someone you see every day. You think they're coming back. Like if they went away, they're going to come back. Like that's what happens. And I can see how, that as a process of learning how to deal with that stuff. I don't know.
The kid's bad, so the parent kills its doll, and then you have to buy a death kit for it in a coffin and bury it in the backyard. There you go. Bye-bye, doll.
I think that might be traumatizing, but
yeah. Why? So why else? Like you can't. It's like, oh, here's your coffin play set for your kid.
Yeah,
your dolly.
Exactly.
Okay. But that's not really teaching them about death. That's just making. I mean, it's just like when you play it, your doll isn't really dead. You take it out and you play with it again. Yeah. So unless they actually used it to bury the doll, and the doll's gone forever. Yeah.
I don't know. Another thing women couldn't do. So they all had to wear black for 2 years basically, and mourn for 2 years, and blah blah blah. They also couldn't go anywhere in society unless it was church. So they were stuck at home for 2 years in black, where men were out meeting new wives. So, just like throughout all history, even when it comes to mourning, women get the stricter end of stuff. They're oppressed in every way. So that's just, the usual for women throughout history. So I'm probably going to do another episode on weird trends of funerals and of maybe different times too, because I think it's interesting. It's fascinating. I'm morbid. I can't help it.
I know. I'm the one that's been talking about corpses for the last 3 times
we do talk a lot about that stuff.
Yes, I talk about mummies and corpses and weird testicular grafts that people do.
And lots of penises.
Yes. Yes. been mentioning the male anatomy frequently.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. It's just happened.
Penises.
The testicle thing, I did that one on purpose because that made me giggle. And the Napoleon thing, that also made me giggle a little bit because it's like his little corporal. That's funny.
Right.
But this last one was totally accidental. Like I knew something weird happened with his corpse, but I wasn't sure what. And then after I read it, I'm like, oh, of course. So go back if you haven't listened to it yet. Listen to my Lord Byron episode, and you'll find out what we're talking about. Yeah. It involves a penis, just so you know. Full disclosure.
So make sure you're
Again.
saving. Yes. Make sure you're saving the date for AnchorCon so you can be there August 20th, 21st. We'll let you know which day we are recording live, where you have 30 people in the room with us. So make sure it's first come, first serve that you're there. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll make sure to keep you up to date, and follow AnchorCon on Facebook so that you know what else is happening. You should go to it. Definitely get tickets. It's fun.
And if you'd like to reach out to us, feel free to send us an email. Our email is thecousinsweird@gmail.com. And if you would like to sponsor us or help us out in any way, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/thecousinsweird and give us a $5 donation once, or you could get set up for monthly donations with us, and we would really appreciate it. And that will give you access to exclusive content that no one else has access to, only our Buy Me a Coffee subscribers, and perhaps a little giveaways occasionally. So just hit us up.
Also, I just wanted to say that if you give us a rating, we appreciate that, because it gets us out there to other people. If you rate us, the more ratings we have, the more people that get to see us when it pops up as recommendations. So we would appreciate that. And if you do a review, on some platforms, you can actually write a review. We will read it on the air, no matter what it is. And I know it'll be good, because you're not listening if you hate us, I don't think.
Right.
So you can give us a rating on, I think, Apple, you can do it, Amazon Music, Facebook, obviously. You can give us a review on there. We would appreciate it there, too. Spotify. You can give
Facebook,
us a 5-star.
You could actually, Facebook, you can actually give us an actual review where you type out something. But I think, like, most of the other ones, it's only, like, you can rate us by stars, but they don't let you type anything.
Right. So if you give us and also, please, when our episodes air, it automatically gets pushed to Facebook, and you can rate from Facebook to your friends, so we can find other people that like the weird and morbid stuff we like. So
yeah, subscribe to our podcast so you get reminded when we have new uploads, and you don't have to go searching. It'll just tell you, new upload, and that helps us as well.
Exactly. So we hope you have a fantastic week.
Yes. Thank you. Stay freaky, friends.
Bye.
Bye.